The 2026 World Cup has generated global attention that feels overwhelming. For creators, this means a race to document the crowds surging toward the matches. On the pitch, the tournament started with immediate high-stakes drama. Mexico secured a 2-goal victory in a match defined by 3 separate red cards. South Korea followed with an 80th-minute comeback, illustrating the exact kind of emotional unpredictability that makes for high-retention content. Standing out in a crowded feed requires a structured filmmaking pipeline. Most fan uploads are plagued by shaky cameras and distorted audio, which causes viewers to scroll past them almost immediately. Algorithms prioritize watchability. Achieving that level of polish requires a professional approach to technical settings, rather than just relying on a high-end camera. Effectively documenting a fast-moving trend involves a disciplined 3-phase strategy: pre-production, production, and post-production. Viral, on-the-ground coverage begins with environment control. You have to actively scout locations for fan interviews that are both safe and legally accessible. This local authority guidance outlines rules for filming on public pavements. The public must always have access. Also, avoid setting up in pedestrian areas with service vehicle access, and ensure your production lights do not distract drivers on the road. Storyboard your location quickly by taking test photos with your phone from several different vantage points. This allows you to map out your specific camera angles before the crowds arrive. Establishing these legal parameters and frames in advance prevents your shoot from being interrupted or shut down when the stadium environment gets chaotic. Maintaining visual consistency under the harsh, flickering floodlights of a stadium depends on taking manual control of your camera settings. This illustrates the 180-degree shutter rule, a formula used to capture natural-looking motion blur. Simply double your frame rate to find your shutter speed. If shooting at 24 frames per second, set your shutter to 1/50. Using a flat log picture profile is also essential. This captures a wider dynamic range, giving you the latitude to save details in the shadows or highlights during the editing process. Viewer data shows that audiences are far more likely to tolerate a slightly degraded image than they are to sit through muffled or distorted audio. Relying on Bluetooth microphones in a stadium is a mistake. Massive crowds using wireless signals cause severe audio compression and interference. Instead, keep your microphone within an arm's length or use a dedicated handheld recorder for an uncompressed audio feed. Locking in manual parameters and capturing clean audio guarantees that you have high-quality data that can survive a fast-paced edit. Post-production is where you transform your raw files into a narrative before the global conversation shifts to the next match. This starts with the rough cut. Editing is a subtractive process, aggressively trimming unnecessary footage until only impactful moments remain. For immediate social media delivery, free tools like Clipchamp or VN Video Editor offer intuitive interfaces that allow for quick assembly directly from a browser or mobile device. For projects requiring professional color grading or complex multi-layered audio mixing, DaVinci Resolve is the industry standard suite used in Hollywood, and its free version has very few restrictions. A disciplined workflow ensures that isolated moments of chaos are shaped into a cohesive story that viewers can actually follow. In a marketplace where millions of videos are uploaded every hour, technical intention helps prevent your content from being ignored by the algorithm. The next testing ground is already here. High-stakes, home-soil debuts for Canada and the United States will bring massive crowds and intense local scrutiny. Download your editing tools, rig your audio equipment, and lock in your camera settings. Today, you need to execute your production pipeline before the next match begins.